welcome to the show. I'm Sri Lankan, semi-retired with mom and dad. Let's just make sure everything is working okay here on the live stream. All right, looks good, looks good. Thanks for joining, everyone. I'm Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with mom and dad. Today is our midweek podcast. So I want to say thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. We're going to talk about just general stuff today, nothing serious. If you want to join the live stream, please click below in the comments. Say hi. Let me know what's going on. What questions do you have? How can I help you guys out? Let me know. I think I need to get a new microphone. This one is on its last legs. I don't know why the sound is not at where I want it. So tired. Life. It is Wednesday morning. The new job is going well. The new job is going very, very well. It's just the hours are killing me. And not because it's a lot of hours. It's because I'm not sleeping. Instead of going to sleep when I should, I'm staying up and playing video games and watching YouTube and just not sleeping. So I need to buckle down today and go to bed. So today I finish at local time, 6:30. But I have to wake up at 10:30, 11:30. And work for 2 hours. And then go to sleep again and sleep for like 4 hours. Or no, actually longer. It's only a couple of days a week do I have to like wake up early. Otherwise I can sleep right through the day, the morning. Yeah, tomorrow I can sleep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. So a full night's sleep. So what I'll do is I'll get to bed early tonight, get up, do the work, go back to sleep, wake up early, and then work out before my first class. Now, in July, when the new job starts, during the daytime at 9 o'clock, that is going to cut into my sleep time. So I'll have 4 hours of sleep in the night and 5 hours of sleep in the morning. And I'm going to have to sacrifice for 5-6 months of that. Now, people say, well, why do you put yourself through that? Well, the money. The money is insanely good for the amount of work that I do. Like, I don't know how people survive mentally and financially. I'm watching Caleb Hunter, and if you guys want to see something just that grounds you, log on to Caleb Hunter, like Google it. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. And watch his short videos. His long form videos are 90 minutes long, but his short videos are just outrageous at these people who have no financial education, and they are spending 10 times what they earn, and their earning potential and their earnings are like zero. Like they're making $16 an hour. I've had people offer me $15, $20 an hour. And I'm like, are you insane? I've got 20 years of experience. No. I'm not even doing an interview unless it's $100 an hour. It's just, people are so underselling themselves. I don't understand how this is. I mean, I'm being stereotypical, but I'm watching American media. So like these people are working, I'm a barista. I'm making, 18.75 an hour. I'm working as a nail technician or receptionist or whatever. And there's like under $20 an hour. I'm a dishwasher. It's at 14.75 an hour. And I work the bars on the weekend. It's just now obviously that isn't everyone. These are the people who are undereducated, haven't learned fiscal responsibility, were given a credit card without being taught how to use it, etc. I understand. There's no need to comment on it. But come on. We live in a world where every piece of information is available at your fingertips and you just don't learn. I made the mistake too. I made some financial errors. Well, I made a hell of a lot of financial errors. I'll be very honest. My entire youth from 20 to 30 was financial errors, one after another after another. Even in my 30s, I made some financial errors. And we're talking about savings and investing and spending. Oh yeah. And I had my parents telling me, I had information, but no, I was ignorant. But I knew the pitfalls. I just did it anyways because I was arrogant. But these people are delusional. Like I saw one guy who was like, "Yeah, it's okay. Our kids will take care of us." And anyway, I am going to have to sacrifice the next 6 months. And then I'm going to take 6 months off. Yeah, I'm going to take 6 months off. I'm going to reduce down. So let's say, gosh, the markets are doing bad today. Yesterday, the markets were killing it in Sri Lanka. I was up 2.5% on my portfolio. And today, just on the open, I'm down 0.5%. And that's just profit taking. That's profit. It's going to either balance out or go up a little bit by the end of the day. But my portfolio has the highest it's ever been was about 49-50%. I'm at 46% today. I don't care the individual securities. So my telecom stock was my telecom stock was up huge. I didn't even notice that. Because I don't look at the individual securities, I look at the overall portfolio. My banking stock was 95%. Okay. It's now 78%. But my telecom stock is now 87% profit. Wow. That's incredible. I didn't even notice that. That's why, even though my average on some of my shares has gone down, overall, I'm up because of my telecom stock. My lowest profit is 14%. My highest is 86%. My tobacco goes up and down. It swings wildly. Now, the Sri Lankan market is not as volatile as, say, another market. So, technically, you shouldn't day trade on the Sri Lankan market because there's not enough volume. Some shares don't even trade in one day. Like my brewery, my oil, and my telecom, it's now half an hour into opening, and they still haven't traded one share. So, have they traded? No, they haven't traded at all. So you can see how little trading there is. Anyway, my back is hurting. I started my new supplement routine. So I had my blood tests and I went to the doctor and he said, you should take this, this, and this to supplement your health. So obviously, I'm huge on vitamin D because I'm deficient, like ridiculously deficient. Fish oil, and then some natural herbs and supplements for my bones, my blood, my triglycerides. I'm not taking chemicals, I'm taking natural herbs and supplements. So we'll see how that affects my kidneys, my liver, my triglycerides, stuff like that. Metabolism, zinc. Yeah, so blood sugar, cholesterol, bones, kidneys, and liver. So those are the things I'm taking. I found 90% of the stuff at Union Chemists. The hospital didn't even have it. My local pharmacy didn't have it. You have to go to the big pharmacy in Colombo. Yeah, otherwise, I found the rest of it online. I ordered it from Dara's, and it should come here in the next 3 to 4 days. I ordered it local. I'm going to be talking about online shopping on Monday. Check out that video, either Friday or Monday. I'm not sure. The video. I think it's Monday. Anyway, online shopping. So financially, I need to sacrifice over the next 6 months because it'll give me a huge boost to my savings. This new job is going in the right direction, not as quickly as I wanted it to, but let's see. Let's see if see what it is it's a new company, and the owner has been successful, and his success is leading him to have to hire people to do the lower work that he was doing, but was taking him away from generating the business. So his business is ad driven. So people respond to his ads, and then he has to call them and close them. So I am filtering and screening the applicants, the clients, before they go to him, so that because his sales process takes about an hour of vetting them, finding out what they are, then creating a plan, and then selling them on the plan. So he does well in closing, but I have to do better in getting him quality leads. But I'm still starting. Like I'm not proficient in the question asking yet, because again, I'm just starting out. He's given me a list of questions to ask, and I'm asking them. I need to, like, as I get better and more experienced, as I get more experienced, and my confidence will develop, and I'll get better. It's just natural. I've been doing this for 40 years. This weekend will be the 16-year anniversary of me arriving in Korea. It feels like longer. It feels like 17, 18 years. I don't know why I'm counting wrong. I think it's 18 years. No. It's 16 years since I arrived, 18 years since I left Canada. I left Canada in 2007. I arrived in Sri Lanka in 2009. So I've been divorced for 18 years. Single. I've been happy for 18 years. And I've been in Korea for 16 years. 14 years I've been there. 13, 14 years. 3 years in Sri Lanka. I'm getting close now to being outside of Canada longer than I lived inside of Canada. I lived in Canada for 32 years. So now I am 18 years. So I'm more than halfway. And I'll beat it. I got, let's say, 15 more years. I'll beat it. I mean, I'm never going back to Canada in the next 15 years. I doubt I'll ever go back to Canada. There's absolutely no reason to go to Canada. So I am deciding by the end of June, if I am going on vacation for Christmas and New Year, I gotta get out. I can't go in October because Lady Sarah can't go. She's 50-50. I told her you have to decide by the end of June if we're going in October. Now, why do I have to decide by the end of June if I'm going in December? Because everything will be booked out because that's the high season. So I'm going for 2 months. So what I'll do is I'll go to Thailand for 2 months. And I'll stay in Thailand for 2 months. My visa is very easy for 2 months, not a big deal. Currently, as of today, it's a 60-day visa for me. It might change to 30 days, but it's very easy to extend it for another 30 days, especially in a senior Canadian tourist like me. There's no way they'll deny it. Now, the cost of staying in Pattaya is not that expensive, especially for me since I don't drink, I don't smoke, the good stuff. I don't socialize that much. I have friends there who I'll hang out with who are like me. They're homebodies. I have some friends who are big party guys, and I'll go out with them once in a while just to socialize. I mean, obviously, I'll go out on my birthday. Obviously, I'll go out on New Year's Eve. My birthday's Christmas Day, for those of you who want to get me a present. And then I'll stay until February 13th, which is Lady Sarah's vacation. So where I go after that is 50-50. Either we're going to go to three choices: Krabi, Philippines, or southern Thailand, Koh Samet, which is just near Pattaya. And I think that that is probably a better option because it'll be someplace new. Lady Sarah's been to Krabi, we've been to Krabi, and I don't want to go back there. I'd like to try someplace new. And 1 hour away from Pattaya is Koh Samet. And I found two places, one on Rayong Beach and one on Koh Samet. So to keep it like a little bit, because it's 2 weeks, right? She has vacation for 2 weeks. So because of that, we'll spend 1 week in one place and 1 week in another. Like 1 week on the mainland and 1 week on the island. And it's going to be a little bit of a different vacation where we don't have to go anywhere. We just walk out of the hotel. There's the beach right there, and she just walks in the ocean and goes snorkeling. Now I'm gonna have to give her a thundering slap and teach her to not just willy-nilly go away someplace without somebody watching her, because this is the ocean. She doesn't want to wear a life vest. She's so pig-headed. And I'm going to tell her, I have to like scare her and tell her, like, if you go out into the ocean and I cannot rescue you. There is no lifeguard. There's no one here. This is a remote beach. I can't rescue you. Please wear a life vest. I have to find a life vest. She doesn't listen. She's like, oh, I'll be okay. She'll be okay. There's no problem. But just something happens. What am I supposed to do? Anyway, so that's the plan. And then I'll come back at the beginning of March. Now, when this job takes off, by August, September, October, the boss will want me to start to close. I'm going to kind of say, listen, buddy, I'm not kind of interested in doing that right at this point. I don't want the stress of closing because it is hard. It's not easy. It's more money, but it's not easy. And I'm not interested in that kind of stress. So what I'm going to suggest to him is that I will start training somebody to go from booking to closing. So somebody will go above me. I don't want it. So what I'll do is I'll bring somebody on and I'll train them and monitor them and manage them, and I'll become like a manager. I'll continue booking, but what I will do is during my vacation time is when the new booker will take over my time so that the owner is not put out. So I'm training someone to like tentatively replace me while I'm on vacation. I'll continue working, just not as many hours. And then when I come back, that person will be elevated into sales and I'll continue booking, so that I'll stay in that role earning money. Do I want to go into closing? It's just so stressful. It's one of the reasons why I got out of sales, is that the sales part of it, the pressure. Although I was successful and I didn't succumb to the pressure, it does get to you after a certain point in, like, say, in the level that I was doing it in Canada, it got to the point where it was like too much. It was way too stressful, year over year, and there's no excuse. You can't make excuses. That's the job. That's what they pay you the big bucks to do, is to overcome those objections. So it's not their job to reduce your quota. It's your job to figure out how to achieve your quota. That's why they pay you. They don't pay you to sell. They pay you to close. That's why the job is called a closer. People are buying things every single day. It's a salesman's job, a closer's job, to figure out how to get people to buy, to spend the money that they're already spending on the product that he has. That's what a salesperson or a closer does. So if someone is interested in your product and you can't close them, you've done a bad job. And there we go, the market's back up. It was purely, what's the word? Profit taking. It's pure profit taking. Yeah, so we're an hour into opening, and yeah, that's what it was. The morning was profit takers. Anyway, the weather is cloudy, overcast, and hot. My back is sore for the last 2 days. Like, not painful, but just like I worked out. I'm getting old. I'm not happy with the condition of my health, so I have to work out today. And one of the good things is that with my job, everything is automated. I'm just waiting for the calls to come in. And once they come in, I've set up the application to automatically email or text the person. And if the person replies, I give them a phone call. Otherwise, I set up a calling pattern on the person for 3 times within the morning or 3 times within the evening. If they don't contact, if I can't get through to them, then I leave them a voicemail. And then after about 2 or 3 days of this pattern, I give up. 3 times, 3 strikes, you're out. If they don't reply to an email, a phone call, or an SMS, then they're not interested. So yesterday I had 5 hits on the website in just one. It's now morning in London. So last night, London time, I had 5 hits on the website. I made 5 phone calls. I closed 3 of them. It's not bad. What I mean by closed means I booked them into a meeting. Now, I get paid only when they show up. So now that I'm getting more and more bookings, the owners wanting me to kind of streamline my pitch so that I'm vetting them a little bit more stringently. In the beginning, we weren't getting as many inbounds to the website because he hadn't tweaked the ads, and that's what he's doing. So like, what's going on here? All right, that went nicely. So I posted a ad in a looking for a condo is not easy. Airbnb is very expensive. Let me get back to this in a second. So, like I said, Alex is trying to fine tune the ads. He's a really smart guy. He's using automation. He's using ChatGTP. He's using mentors. He's using sales coaches to build his business the right way. He's not just plodding along trying to figure it out as it happens. He's actively invested in his business, which is smart. I mean, he's got an MBA and a master's in physical something. Well, he's a licensed physiotherapist. So he's smart, and I like that. I like smart people. And my skill is just, sitting around waiting and then doing what I do best. I don't work hard, I work smart. I could work harder, but I'm lazy and I'm tired. And I don't want to. I just don't want to. I don't want the stress. Because working harder means that you have more responsibility. Here, I've told them I'm perfectly happy staying where I am. Not interested in moving into sales. Maybe I'll do a little bit if you're like knock on wood that we're busy, that we have to hire another salesperson. I can do it, I just don't want to. So, yeah. Looking for an apartment in Pattaya is very expensive. It's not cheap. And why did I just close that? And Airbnb is very expensive, especially for 2 months in the high season. So I joined, people have told me this, I've seen it, I understand it. Facebook groups are the best. Other sites like realtors and stuff, not so much, because I have a very specific need. I need a desk with a high neck chair. And I've seen units with those, but I want a pure 1 bedroom. I don't want a studio. I want a high floor with an ocean view. I don't mind paying. But getting that would be $35,000 a month on Airbnb, when I can get it for $25,000 baht through dealing with the owner directly. So instead of paying $1,000 a month, I can pay $700 a month, which is great, which is my food, right? $300 is my food. So yeah, that is the plan, is to go December 15th and come back early March. Now, I will have to if I stay in Thailand, I will have to get a visa extension. So if it's 2 months, I'm over by 2 weeks. And I don't want to leave in January. I want to be in Thailand for Christmas, New Year. It'll be the first time I'm celebrating outside of Sri Lanka. For the last 3 years, I've celebrated my birthday in Sri Lanka. And this time I want to try outside of Sri Lanka, just for the experience, that's all. I have friends, they'll take good care of me. I'll have fun. Guys, give me 1 second. So I got asked just recently on Instagram or Facebook. I can't remember where it was. Somebody asked me, what's the single most important piece of advice you could give anyone? Or if you could go back in time and tell your younger self something to help you be more successful today, or happier, or better, or some piece of advice. And there's two things. The first one, obviously, is spend less, not save. Don't save money. Spend less. That's a hard thing to do. I'm finding it very difficult these days because I have so much money that I don't even think about the price. I don't look at the price. I just buy whatever I want because there's money in the bank. I went to the doctor and I had to pay for some incidentals. Like I had to pay for the needle. I had to pay for, the fees and everything like that. And I gave my debit card to pay for it. And then she goes, there's no funds. So I just went online and I transferred money from my US dollar account to my rupee account right away. There's no like thought about it. I just transferred money because I didn't even think about how much money was in my account because there's money everywhere. I'm not rich. I just have money sitting around, liquid. Everything else is invested. So for me, there's no stress, there's no drama. I could technically stop working today and live in Sri Lanka for the rest of my life. Now, I could never get sick, I could never travel, and I would be very frugal in my living expenses, and I would have to live at home here in this house for the rest of my life. And heaven forbid anything happened to inflation. Now, in 2 years, when my pension starts coming in, and then in 7 years, when my old age security comes in, then that would cover inflation and healthcare. But the way I have it planned is that I want to be wholly reliant on my passive income. That my old age security when I'm 70 and my pension when I'm 65 when it comes, will be gravy. Will be insurance against inflation. Will be insurance against healthcare costs. That's what those funds are for. Everyone says, oh, you should defer it until you're older. No, 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 no. Put it into ChatGPT and see what it says. If you're only going to live to 80, let's pretend you're only going to live to 80. If you wait till 65 or 70 to collect your money, you're actually going to get less. You're going to get less over the course of the 20 years versus the 10 years, right? The amount you get more for 10 years is the same as the amount less over 20 years. Maybe a few $1,000s. What is a few $1,000s over 10 years? It's nothing. And that comes down to it again. Spending, and I'm just kicking myself in the butt here. Spending is all about how is that money really going to affect your future? At the end of the day, is $1,000 really going to change your life? If you're very, very poor, yes. But at our point, middle income, high middle income earners, it's not going to really make that much of a deal. So if I could go back in time, or if I could tell you today, one piece of advice is spend less. Spending less means you'll have money at the end of the month. Don't say I'm getting $1,000. Okay, I need to save 200. I can spend 800. No. No. You're going backwards. You want to spend as little as possible so that you have all this money left over that you can now put away. I used to have them take out guaranteed savings plan out of my paycheck before I even got my paycheck. So in certain countries, in certain places, I'm talking about Canada, they can take money out of your paycheck before taxes into a tax-free account. So basically you get taxed on a lower amount, which is really cool. And sorry, work message. And you save money. So that's the first piece of advice. The second piece of advice I would give is don't drink alcohol. Don't drink. And there's several reasons why. I enjoy a good drink. But like anything in life, moderation. So there's three things that come out of alcohol. Number one, you're spending a ridiculous amount of money, especially the way I did when I was like working in clubs or going to clubs. Spending money on bottles is ridiculous. $500, $1,000 a night, that's just insane, right? Now, if I go out once a month and I spend $100, I'm okay with that. Number two, your health. Alcohol will kill you, even in small amounts when you abuse it. You say, oh, I'm not an alcoholic. Yeah, but when you get blind drunk or you get drunk once a week or twice a week, that hurts your body. Your body can't recover. When you're young, a hangover is, one day. When you're my age, a hangover is a week. So that's your body telling you something. Don't drink. If I could go back and stop drinking, the amount of money I would have saved, nah, I wouldn't have. I would have spent it on something else. But yeah, that's the thing. Don't drink. And number three, alcohol can cause you irreparable damage to your freedom. If you drink and then you drive, you cause an accident, that's it. Your life is over. Finished. You might as well just jump off a bridge, because what reason do you have to live but to sit in a jail cell? There's absolutely no benefit to your life. My opinion? I'm not going to get into an opinion about euthanasia or murder or anything like that. But my opinion of myself, if I had to live in jail for the rest of my life, I would rather not live. There's absolutely no value to my life to continue living just for the sake of living. Absolutely none. I would not want to live. No. And I mean, I'm not saying that I condone. I'm just saying, like if I committed a crime, I should do the time. But on the flip side, internally, why would I want to spend the rest of my life in prison? Do you know what happens in prison? That's not living. What a waste. Life in prison, there should be an option for euthanasia. Absolutely. There's no benefit to society. There's no what use are you? Just a waste, absolute waste. That's my personal opinion. I'm not talking about capital punishment. I'm talking about personal choice. Okay, I'm not talking capital punishment. I'm against capital punishment. Although, if we were a society where every crime committed, the penalty was death, and everybody knew that, then you could get rid of a lot of crime. Because a lot of crime is crimes of opportunity. And they know that the punishment is very low, so they do it. In Middle Eastern countries, you don't have petty crime because people know they'll get a hand cut off. Okay, so that's just my personal opinion. And the second thing is that if you get into a fight when you're drunk, or you could get killed because your brain is not making proper decisions. You could hurt somebody. You could cause financial damage. And it's just not a pleasant situation for you to be in, to go through that just because of a stupid mistake. Like, think about that. So the two things. I mean, there's a third thing is I would say try to be a little more healthier earlier. It's always easier to start something from nothing than it is to go from obese to healthy. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot easier to start from zero to go to perfection. So those are like two or three things that I would say. The number one thing I would say is probably spend less. People say money can't buy happiness. Those are the people who don't have money. Look at the smile on my face. Planning trips. So yeah, let's talk about planning trips. So right now I'm planning the trip. So people are messaging me now about so some of these guys have got, so that's what I'm in these groups, these Facebook groups to find a good place. And like I said, I don't want a studio. Now View Tale is nice. It's right on the beach. So let's take a look at what I'm doing here. Let me share my screen here. So this guy messaged me, Mati, and he's got one place. Oh no, sorry, that's just what he's posting. Let's see his profile. So I can't see his profile. That's the other thing. You got to be careful with these kinds of things, all right? So they want money up front. Okay. So he has a View Tale 15th floor studio, 50 square meters, which is good. 20, just right in my budget. But it is a studio. So I have to think about work, right? But look at that view. I mean, that is just, you sit out there and take a class. Oh, it's just perfect. But it is, the rest of the time I can sit on the floor and put it on the table here. I sat on the floor in Korea the whole time, so it wasn't a big deal. A little dated with the wood paneling. I don't like that. I like a white condo, modern white. But it is clean. It is good view, but not for 20,000. Not interested. So that was 20. He wanted 25,000, which is about 750 USD. Here is what I am looking for. I found 3 places, 2 in Pratumnak. This is Pattaya Beach Road here. This is Pratumnak, which is on the hill. This is more of like the Beverly Hills, the Hollywood Hills, okay? A very nice, quiet area. And then Jomtien is also nice, okay? Very quiet, very nice beach. Great food in Jomtien, much cheaper food. Pratumnak is very expensive and very Russian. Jomtien is very Northern European and British. And then this area is Indian, and then this area is Korean and Chinese. So the 3 places I found, this one is my number one, Peak Towers. I've stayed at Peak Towers before. They are incredible. They're lovely, they're beautiful, they're wonderful. Okay, he's messaging me. So you can see it's got the chair, right? It's got the chair and the desk. The problem is it's a studio, but look at that view. I could just sit there and look straight out into the ocean. It's a nice place. Hopefully this crap isn't there. All this stuff. I hate crap. I'm a minimalist. I like everything minimalized. I think those pictures were taken when somebody was living there. The reason I like the Peak is because of this. They have got the nicest landscaped pool area. Most of the places I've stayed in have just got the pool and chairs, no landscaping, because it's on the rooftop. This is on the 6th floor. I've stayed here before, and it is just lovely. Like imagine coming and having a class in one of these little areas here. Just lie back. Now, especially when I'm doing my UK company, I don't have, it's not video, it's pure audio. So all I do is wear a headphone with a microphone and a noise reduction, and I can be anywhere. I can even be on my phone and do it. So nice little pool area. And then on the top floor, they have this little seating area. This little area here, which on the right-hand side is the sauna. This is the second pool on the top. This is the thing that really I love. This is barely used. No one is here. I've been here before and there's like no one there ever. So you could just sit here and use it as an office. You know, bring a fan, plug in a fan, and Bob set up a home office there. It's just spectacular. Like you cannot go wrong. This is the most expensive option out of the three that I like. So it is for 2 months. It wants about $1,500. It's not too bad. Let me just double check that price. That's Korean won. In USD, it's 1,300. So that's about 650. That's not bad. 650 US, but it's a studio. The second one I like, it's in the same area. And this one is called the One Tower. Is it? I forgot. No. Yeah, One Tower. I've never stayed here, but this one is nice. This is a true one bedroom. And you can see the picture here, right in front of the beach. This is, I forget the name of this beach. It's called, Yin Beach. This is Cozy Beach here. All right, this is North Pratumnak. This is Southern Pratumnak. And this is Yin Beach. Very nice area, very quiet, nothing around. I love this area. And this one is a true one bedroom. You see it's got the living room, dining room, and bedroom, bathroom. Look at that, nice and white and clean. Pool deck is okay. Like I said, I've never stayed here. The view from the bedroom is nice. Right? So I'd set up my desk here. I wouldn't have a headrest, but I would turn the chair around so that the wall is my back. So I would lean back against the wall, do the ergonomic thing. Very clean, very bright, very comfortable. I mean, I would never use the couch, except maybe to like take calls. I'm going to eventually figure out my script and my setup so that I can do the UK job from bed. Especially the evening time. Like the daytime is right after this class. So it is morning in London, but it is 11:30 in Sri Lanka. So morning in London, not a problem, but I've never connected with anybody in the morning. I think the best is the evening times, which is like 10:30 Sri Lankan time till 1:30 Sri Lankan time. Between those 3 hours, if I can get 2 hours in that time, now that would be 1 a.m. till 3 a.m. Thailand time. So I would have to wake up, do my work, which is the most productive work at that time. That's when I get a hold of the most people. So you can see, I mean, that's a big bathroom. That is nice. Big shower. I love the big shower. Big, like, open area. You don't feel claustrophobic. Nice kitchen, washing machine, air con. Does it have a closet? Yes, it does. It's a closet. Oh, and straight through into the bathroom. That's good. So double doors in the bathroom. So yeah, I've never stayed at this one. That one's nice. And then so they want 2,100. So that's about 1,700 USD. A little bit more expensive, but such a beautiful place. And then now internet is always included, but you have to pay for electricity and water. And the final place is down here in the southern part. This is the cheapest one. This is it says 1 bedroom, and it is a 1 bedroom, but there's no desk. I would have to sit on the floor, legs straight, and set up my desk, my office there. A little bit more cramped, a little bit more dated, but the grounds, I mean, just look at these grounds. Or I could set up on this table here. But nice, clean place, huge area. I don't understand these old style pictures. Just put nothing on the walls, okay? There's nothing, no decoration. It's just so, ugh. The view is not that great. 2 months of this, I don't know. But the price is about 700, 800 USD for 2 months. For 2 months. That is incredible. Now, there are cheaper places. There are tons of cheaper places. But they're all crappy studios in old places. Like, the pool is, like, I want someplace where I can have, enjoy my time. Internet trolls. Someone laughing at my post in like I'm saying something wrong. I'm negotiating. I'm not going to say like I'm going to spend 35,000. This is what I want, and this is what I'm willing to pay. If you can't support me, then go away. All right, guys, going to wrap it up here because I got to get ready for work. It's coming up on morning time in London. I want to say thank you to everyone for your time, for your support, and your love. Please, if you've stayed all day, all vlog, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you join on Mondays and Fridays, 4 p.m. for dropping a vlog. Please like and comment on the shorts. Click that bell icon so you get notified when I drop a new video. And comment. That would truly help. Or watch a full commercial. I'd really appreciate it. I'm Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with mom and dad. Remember, learn to live life. Don't let life live you. I'll see you all on the other side.